This is the story of how an IT professional built a $1.2 million TFSA. So Kevin held ETFs inside of his TFSA back in 2015, and he decided to sell them and put them into shares of one company. And if you saw the thumbnail, you probably know that this company is Tesla. As his TFSA contribution room became more available in the following years, he decided to add to his Tesla position. But why did he do this? Especially because it seems awfully risky doing something like this way back in 2015 when Tesla was still growing and not the name it is today. Kevin wanted to take on more risk to capture more gains that will allow him to hit his goal of retiring at the young age of 55 years old. He had heard the legendary Warren Buffett say the following: diversification may preserve wealth, but concentration builds wealth. So Kevin is now 51 years old and an IT executive in the mining industry. He chose Tesla because as an IT professional, he understood many of the technical aspect of Tesla vehicles. And he also understood the appeal of the different features that Tesla enabled in its vehicles. He also liked Elon Musk's track record in different companies like SpaceX, and that he was building out a charging network to support the adoption of Tesla EVs. But what if his risky investment into Tesla back in 2015 lost him a lot of money? He thought about that and he considered the possibility, but luckily for him, his wife had a conservative investment portfolio, and combined, their portfolio was still considered to be prudent. He also knew that he could make up for any losses in his portfolio by working past his retirement goal of 55 years old. So from 2015 to just before COVID, his Tesla shares more than doubled, pushing his TFSA value to over $100,000. Now, during COVID, so 2020 to 2022, his Tesla shares drove his TFSA value all the way up to $620,000 by April of 2022. Now, surely a lot of people are going to sell at this point. At that point, Tesla stock pulled back heavily to the point where his shares were worth $425,000. And in early 2023, he sold, locking in those gains. At this time, he just started a new job as director of IT for a junior gold mining company out of BC. He took the job because he felt the geopolitical and macroeconomic uncertainties would drive up the price of gold, and by extension, the price of his company's shares. He read a feasibility study on the company's mining project, and that convinced him that the prospects were good. Most of the proceeds from his Tesla shares, he rolled into this mining stock. I don't know with this story, I don't know that you can work somewhere and buy shares of that same company in your TFSA, especially. Obviously, stock options, this and that, but that's separate outside of your TFSA. So I don't know how all that worked. This kind of raised some red flags to me. Put your thoughts in the comments on what you think, I guess, the ethics are of working somewhere and then knowing that the company is going to do well and buying shares. Anyways, put your thoughts in the comments. So the rest of his Tesla proceeds that didn't go into the gold mining stock, he spread out over a bunch of large caps for diversification because he was getting closer to retirement because he was 50 years old. At the time of this article was written, the production of this company's mine project was about to start and it was a few months away. Typically, these smaller gold mining companies, they kind of spike when basically the mine is kind of has a green light and they're about to start the project. Smaller pharmaceutical companies operate the same way. You're taking a big risk because nothing could come out of it, but if the prospects are good, it's kind of like a sure thing. I guess it's different. I feel like a mining company is a better bet than a pharmaceutical company. They both have pretty considerable upside. So anyways, the start of the production of the mine project as well as the price of gold is what led to his shares in that junior gold miner doing very well. And at that point is when his TFSA hit $1.2 million. So that $400,000 basically, I guess, tripled from this stock. So his plan is that when the production of the mine project starts, he plans to reduce his position and trim the position, sell off, and focus more on wealth preservation. By that, he means focusing more on diversification to prepare for retirement. Once again, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one.